Hello everyone and welcome to Boom. Today I have a very small and fluffy companion. She is called Floppy and she does not want to keep quiet outside of this room. She is the new addition to our family. We will talk about something that keeps all of us from being more loving and more understanding towards ourselves and towards others. And of course, like any other videos that we have made, we will find together some solutions to this. Some things that we can do to actually go past this and to be more understanding and loving towards ourselves and of course towards others. But first, let's start with a little story. Some time ago, we had a visit from some family friends. Actually, their entire family came to our house for a visit. We had the mother, the father, one big child, and a small baby. The mother told us how in one morning her big boy, woke up very early and she was so tired that she actually snapped and yelled at him. Imagine that you went to sleep in another night where you had to do a lot of stuff before that and you are preparing yourself for another 3 or maybe 4 hours of sleep if you are lucky, and breastfeeding and all your hormones going haywire in your head. So a very, very difficult situation. After 1 or 2 hours of sleep, you get woken up by someone, whoever that is. The normal state you can be in that situation is annoyed, frustrated, because it is an annoying and frustrating situation. For her, the actual reaction was to snap for a few seconds. She yelled at the kid and then she stopped. She recalculated and reassessed her situation and she helped her boy with whatever he needed. The next day, she actually apologized to him so much that in the end, she told us that the boy was like, "Mom, okay, but stop it's okay. I don't want to talk about this anymore." That's how guilty she felt. Now, in that moment, I understand it was hard, it was a very new situation, but when she told us about the story, there were some days that passed and she still felt guilty about it. And you see, this is the problem I want to talk to you. I expect that she has this very, very perfect image of how mom should be in her head, the image that she will never achieve, of course, because we never achieve that perfect image. But she's focused on that so much that she could not see how awesome of a mother she is. I see that all around me, especially with my wife, for instance. She is an awesome mother. She encourages our children, she listens to them, she makes them feel safe and warm at home. She always tells them they can do anything and she helps them and she's there for them. But sometimes, like everyone else, she has a bad day or a bad moment and she snaps, she yells, or she screams, or she ignores, or whatever. This happens once or twice a month mostly, but it happens. What she does is she goes to them after that and she apologizes. She says what her feelings are, what her feelings were, and why that happened. But even though that happens, she still feels like a bad mother. And that is the problem I see in a lot of people. This very, very perfect image that we all tend to, but we can't reach it. And because of that, we actually ignore all of the awesome parts that we are doing. Being perfect is not something that we can reach. It's nice to have it there to know what we can do better, yes. But the road to that perfection is first of all infinite, and secondly, it it's paved with a lot of small steps that are awesome and they are needed and that require love, attention, and of course acknowledgement. Now this whole thing happens, of course, not only with parents, it happens with anything. We have this little voice in our head that say you are not enough, you're not good, you messed that up, so you are terrible, you wrote these lines and they don't make sense, you're a terrible writer, oh my god, you have a bug in your code, you're a terrible programmer, oh my god, you messed up that part of the video, you're a terrible video guy, person, whatever this is, but you get the point. We focus on that small thing that we got wrong, and we forget the entire thing that got us there, the entire pile of awesome tries and awesome victories, small victories maybe, but we got a lot of victories to get there. We forget about those. We focus on what we missed, and that's sad. That's so sad, because all this creates pressure on us, so much pressure. And this does not help the fact that we see everywhere where these infatuated images of people, rich people that say only, oh my god, look at my Lamborghini and my stuff that I have, and I have them without putting any effort in. Or those beautiful people that are beautiful just as they are, without any effort as well, just effortlessly being beautiful and smart and rich and successful and whatever. Because no one actually says the work they need to put in to be there. The successful people don't talk about all those sacrifices that they have made. No family time, no friends, all the time they put in to work, to learn, to do what they did so that now they are successful. All the beautiful people out there, they go to the gym, they watch what they eat, they watch their image, they make up and whatever they do to be that way, and that takes a lot of time and effort. Nobody says that, right? What we get is this perfect image of how we should be, and perfect image of the road towards there. And this perfect image of the road especially is very simplified. We're like, what? Look how easy it is for I don't know who. Why can't I? Because I'm a terrible person. I'm a terrible individual, and that's sad. What's even worse is the whole idea that all you need to do is believe in yourself, and then stuff magically happens. No, no. You need more than that. You need more than just believe in yourself. We always have to do more than that. Yes, belief in ourselves to achieve something, anything, it's extremely important. Yes, but it is not enough. Yes, we might not be able to achieve anything without the belief, and anything else without believing in ourselves, it's not enough, indeed. But only believing in ourselves, that's not enough either. We just need to put in work for that. You want to be successful or rich, you have to make sacrifices, you have to put in the work. You will probably not sleep, or you will probably not party, or you will probably not go into the park with your family, with your children, or you will have to make some sacrifices, because that's how it works. There is this amount of energy that you have, and you have to split it in one way or another. And even though you put all that effort in and you made all that sacrifices, reaching your perfect image is impossible still. Because that's why it's called perfect. You tend towards it, but you don't get there. And that's okay. It's okay, just like it's okay for my dog to actually bark continuously during this video. So I apologize for that. Unfortunately, we have some neighbors outside that they are doing some work, and somehow they're offending my dogs, and they do not keep their feelings inside. They just go there and express everything, what we should do as well, but that's another topic. Now, what happens with all this image and all these people that are perfectly perfect, easily perfect, is that we put pressure on ourselves. We put pressure on ourselves, and because of that pressure, we forget all the nice, good things that we achieve, all the nice things that we do. We are like, oh, I didn't do this small stuff. The entire thing is ruined. I'm not good enough for anything. Why are you here, man? You just go home, sleep. That's something that you can be good at. So that's just false, because we are good at a lot of stuff, and we are giving our best every time, and that's enough. That should always be enough. Nobody should ever ask more than our best, because technically there is nothing more than our best, right? And in that moment, that's our best. Whatever the reasons, That's our best in that particular moment. Tomorrow maybe our best is going to be better. Yesterday maybe our best was better or was worse. Doesn't matter. In that moment our best is our best, and nobody should ever require more than our best, because there's nothing more there. Now I'm talking about this because of a small mistake I think I made with a previous video on listening, previous two videos about listening, where my wife actually pointed out that I'm talking about some solutions that are very hard to achieve. And I'm talking about them like, oh my god, I mastered them. And that's also false. First of all, those are the solutions, my solutions, yes, and that would help, yes, but I'm not mastering anything. Oh my god, no. But I'm trying to. I have, like everyone else, I have this perfect image of how I should listen and how I should talk and what I should do, right? And of course, I want to share this image with as many people as possible, because I think that it will help, having an opinion. Maybe I tell them to someone that has a similar view on the world, and they get helped. Thank God for that. So I'm doing that, and this is why I'm doing these videos, but I'm saying what I know can help, and I'm saying what I try to do, not saying what I am actually doing. I mean, that does mean that I'm actually managing to do everything from there. No. Yes, I'm trying to listen, but in the same time, there are some triggers that may stop me from listening. There are some situations where I can't just stop in the middle of a conversation and realize that I'm triggered, realize that I cannot go past the trigger and just say that calmly in a nice way. I don't have that. Sometimes I do, and that's awesome. Sometimes I don't. As in this video situation as well, sometimes I do and I'm awesome with myself. Sometimes I don't, and I'm very terrible with myself, and I tell myself like, oh man, look at what you did in the last conversation. You should stop talking about listening because you don't know anything about listening. You're a fraud. You're a hypocrite. Yeah, that's true. But sometimes I manage to do those. And that's okay. Because that's okay. You sometimes have good days and you can do everything. You can love yourself, you can love others, you have patience, you have inspiration, you can work. Sometimes you just want to stay in bed in your blankie and watch Netflix or whatever streaming thingy or whatever, because yeah, that's how life is. And it's okay to have both of them. It's okay to be you. Acceptance is hard and self-love is hard, and we can always try and accept ourselves, we can always try and love ourselves, but it's okay not to be able to do that sometimes. And yeah, I sometimes bash myself for this, and I'm like, man, you messed up. Yes, but sometimes I don't. That's also okay. And I'm trying to not bash myself as much as possible. The idea is that I am no perfect person. Nobody is perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect in trying to not be perfect as well. Very weird things there. So you shouldn't do. So what to do? Well, what helps is to improve your self-love and self-acceptance, right? How do you do that, you ask? Ain't that the $1,000,000 question, huh? Yep. Well, my answer, and with the risk of sounding like a broken record, is meditation and gratitude. Yeah, meditation and gratitude. They are there to help us stay in the present and know ourselves and love ourselves. And they don't do everything, yes. But like the 80-20 rule, these two things require about 20 something percent of effort, of your effort, and they can achieve like 80% of the effect. With meditation and gratitude, you can be 80% more self-loving and more self-acceptant. That's why I'm talking about them a lot. Of course, there are the other 20%. We're going to talk about that as well in the end. But first, let's focus on this. We'll start with the meditation part. Meditation teaches us a very important lesson, and that is staying in the present. Staying in the present has a very interesting effect on us. Why I'm saying that? What we do or our reactions are guided by emotions. Emotions like fear, like anxiety, like worry, like stress, like all that stuff, they end up with bringing very nasty reactions from ourselves, right? So what we want to do is to reduce those feelings as much as possible. Now, if you think about those feelings, they are split into kind of two categories, right? You have on one side feelings of guilt, of regret, and on the other side, we have feelings of anxiety, of fear, stress, worry. And looking closer to with them, you realize that regret actually comes from stuff that happened in the past. We regret stuff from the past. And then the other side, worry and anxiety, that comes from stuff that might happen in the future. We have anxiety for not getting in time at work, or we worry that our project will not go as well as we want, or we worry that we have to have discussion with our friends and it's very difficult. And in this side, I regret the fact that I could have done better on that project, or I could have talked better with my wife, for instance, or I could have managed my children better, right? We have these two types of feelings, negative feelings, that the problem with those is that they have repercussions in the present. Here, where we are now, and we don't actually have those situations. The situation from the past is not happening now. The situation from the future is not happening now. But somehow now we have these feelings from past and the future. The main reason that meditation helps is that they keep us in the present with our minds as well. And being in the present, not thinking about the past and the future, ends up with not creating the reasons for those emotions, and in consequence, the emotions themselves. So we learn to stay in the present, to look around and see what's interesting, and because we have less influence from the past and the future, we can choose how we want to feel about those. I have a very nice room, or I don't like this room now, I want to go outside, I'm gonna, because the influences are not there anymore. That's why meditation helps, because keeping you in the present blocks you from the effect of the past and the future, and in consequence helps you choose your feelings. And if you have to choose, you will choose probably happiness. You will choose to enjoy what we have now. We will choose to enjoy this little kitty, even though she had to be here with me. So meditate. 2, 3, 4 minutes a day, an hour, whatever. Of course, I'm gonna probably do a video about meditation, because yeah, why not? Everybody does videos about meditation. You can search the internet is full with videos about meditation. How much, what kind, and whatever, right? Do them. Any of them, it doesn't matter. Guided, not guided. Sitting still, sitting on your back, sitting in your feet, moving, any type of meditation, any type of activity that puts you inside the present and rips you off of the future and the past is meditative activity, and it's good. Now, gratefulness helps you with the general view of the world. You see, I have this very interesting image of gratefulness. Imagine that you see a very big field of weeds. You have there everything. You have pointy thingies, I don't know how they're called. You have pointy weeds, you have brown, red, green weeds, you have some flowers, you have some trees, but it's a field with everything there, right? And you are standing in front of the field and you look at it. Then you have a choice. What do you want to see there? You can see the pointy weeds, and imagine the fact that if you go in them you're gonna get stabbed and scratched, and it's gonna hurt like hell. You can see the flowers. You can see the flowers and see how awesome they look, and they are very, very beautiful, right? You can see the green, the life. Well, that's where your general view of the world comes in. And like that field with nice and ugly and dangerous and beautiful and nourishment, that is how the world is as well. It has everything in it. It has nice and not so nice, good parts, not so good parts, dangerous, not so dangerous parts. Everything is out there, right? The way we want to look at the world impacts what we see in the world. If we want, we can focus on those bad parts because they are there, of course. If we want, we can focus on the good parts because they are there as well. Now, gratitude helps us move our way of seeing the world towards the good parts, right? It helps us not ignore the bad parts because they are still there, but helps us focus on the good parts. This has a very unique influence on ourselves because if you combine it with the meditation part, right? You are in the present. You managed to master meditation. You're awesome, and you are now split from the past and the future. Okay, and you're in the present, and you see the world, and it's time for you to choose what you want to see in that world, and you put on top of that on top of the meditation part, and on top of this you put gratitude, and it will help you see the good part of the world, and it will help you enjoy it. And there's this, I know it's called the law of attraction, and it's 80% bullshit, but the idea that whatever you are focused on, it's what you will see, makes a lot of sense. If you focus on the good parts, you will probably see more good parts. If you focus on opportunities, you will probably see more opportunities. If you focus on the good habits of people and the good gestures, you will probably see more good gestures. It does not make the other ones disappear. Of course, they are still there, but first of all, it will make you happier, and second of all, it will make you contribute to those good gestures and contribute to the whole world of good gestures, you know? And of course, everybody does that. That's when the bad parts decrease because everyone focuses on the good parts, and that will influence their actions. They're creating good parts as well with their actions, and then the bad actions decrease. That's what gratitude helps us. And that's why practicing gratitude helps us a lot. We want to focus on the good parts so that when we are in the present, we can be happy. We have the capacity to be happy and to enjoy that present where we are. Now, practicing gratitude, it's different for everyone. You can do it by writing in a journal, of course. You can do it by talking with your children, with your family, with your friends. We had, for instance, a very nice habit at some point where before bedtime we would before tucking our children in bed, we would all say 3 or 4 stuff that we are grateful for from that day. That's a way to practice gratitude. You can use apps, and here of course I'm putting in Gratiboom, the gratitude album. That's my app, and that's its purpose, to help you view the beautiful parts of the world, and you can use it to actually save moments with pictures, with details about what happened there, and it will remind you from time to time about these moments. You can download Gratiboom. It's an application for Android and iOS. You can have the link below. So yeah, check it out. But of course, not only Gratiboom can help you with gratitude. There are a lot of stuff that can help you with gratitude. Try them. Anyway, try them, be grateful, search what you can be grateful for, and focus your mind towards that. It's gonna help you, it's gonna help others, and it's gonna help the world practically. Now let's talk about the other 20% for a while. You see, That's where you need to delve deep inside yourself, to do a lot of inner work with your shadows, with your inner children, maybe even child if you're lucky, with your parents, with your traumas. You need to talk with people, talk with psychologists, talk with friends, open up as much as possible, search search for philosophies that helped me a lot. Eastern philosophies, European philosophies, whatever. I don't know if there are any American or South American philosophies, but I suppose there are as well. But that requires a lot of work. Of course, like I said, 2080 rule, right? This will end up with getting you over those 20% or towards those 20%, but it will require you 80% of the work, right? You put in a lot of work. And it's hard work as well, because we might not want to know what's behind us, inside of us, and accepting that part maybe is harder. That's also part of us. So for the other 20%, as the to do part of this video, one, look inward, talk with yourself, try to figure out your shadows, try to figure out your pains, your traumas, talk with your friends, open up to them, have uncomfortable conversations. I know that friends always like to talk about mundane stuff like cars, phones, flowers, makeup, houses, roads, the government, and stuff like that. But no, be the one in the group that wants to go further than that and be like, man, today I talked with my father about the way he never stood with me in my room and play with me, and that hurt me a lot. Open subjects like this with your friends. You will be surprised to find out how many of your friends have similar problems. That's gonna be great because it's gonna make you feel normal. So talk with your friends, talk with a psychologist. Yeah, friends are awesome, but professional advice and professional help always helps. The If you afford one, go and get one. And search for philosophies. Go in the internet and search for them. Find out what person in what era, in whatever region of the world, what they had to say about life, about being happy, because this is practically the role of philosophies throughout the history, because this is the problem that has been here with us since mankind started, I don't know, going out of the caves. Like, why the hell am I here? What do I want to do? How can I be happy? How can I deal with the bad part of life? Because like I said, you have bad part and good part. How can I deal with the bad part so I can enjoy the good part? And this is practically the same story, the same questions that people try to answer for thousands of years. And you have Eastern philosophies, Buddhism, Taoism, you have European philosophies, you have religions that try to do the same thing. Go there, search, and be brave. Because this journey, I mean, I'm not there, of course. I'm trying to go inside of it, and it's scary. Oh my god, it's so scary, scary as hell, because those are the parts of me, and probably of you as well, that are the hardest to accept. But they are still parts of ourselves, and we need to love them and nurture them the way we nurture ourselves and our children, because we as well deserve love and nurturement. And that's kind of it for today. If you want a small wrap up of the video, pressure sucks. Image of perfect people, of perfect us, sucks. It's okay to bash ourselves to not be there. Please be aware that that's a perfect image that no one, absolutely no one in the entire world can reach. What to do? Meditation to stay in the present. In the present, you don't have anxiety, you don't have regret, you have only the present. And here you have the choice to choose how you feel about the present, and to be able to choose to feel better, to feel good, and to feel joy for the present, be grateful. Practice gratefulness, gratitude. Look for stuff that you like and you enjoy and you are grateful for, and that will help you with 80% of your self-love journey and self-acceptance. For the other 20%, look deep within yourself, look for trauma, look for shadows, try to acknowledge them, talk with friends, talk with a psychologist, look for a lot of philosophies and ways other people have dealt with this, see what makes sense for you, and be brave, because that part is hard to tackle. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. It will make the algorithm happy. We all want a happy algorithm, right? Check out Gratiboom, the gratitude album. It's the app that will help you with the gratitude. I'm sure of it. I built it and I know. And I will be grateful for that. And either way, I'm grateful for you. And take care.